It was one night. I was drinking out with my two friends when we left the bar after drinking and chattering for a long time. The last bus had left already. "Well, I guess we have to stay a night somewhere," one of my friends told me, and we had no choice but to stop at the motel and sleep together. We lay side by side in bed, and it was about 2 hours after that everyone became quiet. The one who was sleeping in the middle suddenly woke me up with a frightened face. "Hey, let's get out of here right now," she said. "What? We just lied down," I grumbled. But she said this again and again in haste. "Please, let's go. I'll tell you the reason later. If you want to stay here, then I'll leave alone." I felt something uneasy about her reaction, so I woke up and shook another friend's shoulder lying next to me. But he didn't wake up no matter how many times I woke him up. Since we were all drunk and couldn't communicate properly with each other, I finally decided to go back with her first, leaving him in the motel. While I was just killing my time at a convenience store nearby until the time of the first bus, my cell phone suddenly rang. It was a phone call from him who was at the motel. Wasn't he sleeping? Thinking like that, I answered the phone and he screamed at once. "Why do you guys leave me alone in that room?" "Oh no, he must have seen it too," she muttered blankly. Later, my friend said that they saw something in the room. As one of my friends felt thirsty during sleeping, she woke up and went to the refrigerator to get some water. And at that moment, a woman with long hair suddenly appeared from the ceiling, hanging upside down. Her face was covered with blood. She heard a voice from her that seemed to appeal to something, but she couldn't understand what it meant. Her body was so stiff that she couldn't move, as if she had been paralyzed. However, the moment she turned her eyes, the woman disappeared and she was finally able to move again. Early that day, I joined with my boyfriend and went home right away, but I couldn't get rid of my uncomfortable feeling, and I couldn't get over it until the next day around noon. So we ended up heading back to the motel to complain to the custodian. However, the police and police cars were crowded around the hotel when we got there. We found the custodian in front of the hotel entrance and approached him. "What's going on here?" "Anyway, I'd like to tell you that we are very upset and unpleasant that we'd seen something here yesterday." While I was explaining about this, his gloomy face was slowly contorted, and he slowly opened his mouth when I finished talking. "There was a woman who was killed last night in another room after being hit on the head by a baseball bat. The room where she died was the one right above where we were asleep yesterday, and my friend saw a woman's ghost in the ceiling almost at the same time as the woman was killed." The moment we heard the story, we got goosebumps and came back home hurriedly. The moment she died, she might have wanted to show up to ask us for help desperately. That's what I think to this day.
When I was in high school, I was crazy about a boy band and used to stay up late at night watching their videos. Because of this, I used to fall asleep at around 3 or 4 a.m. The town I lived in was sort of a new city under construction, so it was really quiet and there was no one outside during that time. One night, it was around 3 a.m., I suddenly heard a woman singing outside. It was an old song, and the strange thing was that the woman was singing just one part of the song over and over again. She didn't move on to the next section. She would just start singing, pause for a minute, and then continued singing again. Out of curiosity, I opened the window and was about to sing the next verse of the song to surprise her. However, before that, I sent a text message to my friend. "Hey, someone is singing outside and keeps repeating the same part. LOL, should I sing along with her?" Not long after, my friend responded, and then I had to shut the window quietly because I was terrified. The text said, "Don't do that. That's a ghost. When ghosts find someone to harm, they first sing and then wait for the person to sing along."